Hi everyone, this is Isha Singh and welcome back to my channel Adisha Powerhouse of Manifestation. Today I'm going to talk about empathy. Now empathy in very common language is the ability to understand or to feel the other person's situation or problem. Now when I say the term empathy, people usually tend to confuse it with sympathy. Guys, there is a very clear-cut distinction between both the terms. When you sympathize with someone, you tend to feel sorry for them. For instance, if you see a beggar on the street, you'll end up feeling sorry for his situation. On the other hand, when you empathize with someone, you don't only visualize their problem as an audience, but you tend to put yourself in their shoes and try to see it from their perspective. Now let's understand why we need to inculcate the ability to empathize with other people. Reason number one, to respond appropriately. When you understand someone's situation, you tend to choose your words wisely rather than in an unbiased manner. You become more responsible towards the way you deal with that situation. Hence, empathy helps in producing more effective responses. Reason number two, for your own emotional regulation. So for example, if your worker takes an unexpected leave, then you might find yourself very angry. But if you understand the why factor of that situation, you might save yourself from that anger or any misguided emotion for that matter, even hatred. Reason number three, it enhances your professional and personal relations. So when you empathize with people, you start developing better relations with the people around you. It enhances all the aspects of your life because it reduces the interpersonal conflicts or the misunderstandings that might arise with the lack of empathy. Reason number four, it broadens your perspective. When you start empathizing more with people, you try to see the broader perspective, the broader aspect of every issue or concept. You don't simply restrict yourself, your vision opens and expands automatically to inculcate more understanding towards people. Reason number five, and by far the most important and relatable one, help comes for major disasters only when people are empathetic towards each other. Say for instance this pandemic, we cannot get through this unless we are empathetic and understanding towards every person's mental health at this point. Now let's understand the different types of empathies and which one is the most powerful one that we need to incorporate in our lives in order to become better individuals. So the first one is called cognitive empathy. In this type of empathy, the other person is not aware of the fact that we are empathizing or trying to understand his or her situation. The second type of empathy is called emotional empathy. In this situation, if a person is sad, we also tend to be sad. If they feel anxious, we also become anxious. So we try to relate to only their emotions at that moment. Now the third type of empathy, that's the compassionate empathy, is the most powerful one because it pushes an individual to go beyond the understanding and actually try to take some action in order to bring a change in the society. Now that we have a basic idea of what empathy comprises of, let's move on to the steps on how to become a more empathetic individual. Step number one, enhance your listening skills. When you're understanding someone's problem, the first step is to listen to their problem. Unless you get a hang of it, unless you give undivided attention to that person, you cannot understand their situation. So try to be more effective listeners. Step number two, try training the children around you. If you're an elder sibling or you're a parent, then you can try to incorporate this skill in your kids from a very young age. You can try to tell them stories in a very fictional manner. Try to make them relate to real life scenarios. This will help them build an emotional intelligence which will come handy when they're adults. Try to widen your social circle by including people from all walks of life, people that you usually won't spend time with. For example, people living in an orphanage or an NGO or even an old age home for that matter. Because once you start to understand how they are leading different lives than yours, you would really incorporate empathy in a very real sense. Step number 4. Attempt to understand individuals without judging them based on your opinions or your preconceived notions. See, we all as individuals have some sort of mentality which we build based on the facts that we read, based on the kind of people we interact to. Similarly, every single person has their own mindset, has their own individuality. So we need to understand if we need to be treated equally, if we want that respect, we have to give it back to the society, to the people around us. Step number 5. Whenever you feel empathetic, always translate that into action. Whenever you see a person is suffering or you try to understand their situation, don't just stop there. Try to take some sort of action, whatever it might be. It can be as small as just contributing to a relief fund or teaching your mate's child on a daily basis or a weekly basis, according to your time, your convenience, but just small baby steps which can help make life better for other people around you. Guys, it's a very interesting fact that 98% of individuals actually know how to empathize. They have that ability, but they just don't do it because probably they're afraid of judgment or they're just fearful about something. Don't be one of those people. Please empathize in every single situation you can, because at the end of the day, if we want to be progressive humans, if we want to build a strong community, we need to work on this together. Our generation has so much potential and it's yet to undiscover. So let's be more empathetic towards every single situation from now on. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And bye-bye. Take care. Be the change you want to see.